Hey everybody, it's Cynthia from Cynthia's Creation. Today we're going to work on another Diva, adding hair to the wreath for the Diva canvas. Today I'm going to be working with the color purple. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is get our supplies together. She's been cut out, she's been glued to the canvas for the video. And you're going to need your Mod Podge. You're going to need glitter of your choice. Of course, we're using purple. You're going to need glue sticks, your rotary cutter, your nippers for your pipe cleaner, and you're going to need your bling mesh. Today we're using a 14-inch wreath frame and your flowers. So let's get started with applying the makeup. Okay. I used so little of the Mod Podge when I do the makeup. So to avoid waste, I use this container here. I pour some in, and that way you can put the plastic top back on it so it won't dry out and you won't waste your Mod Podge. You're also going to need a little paintbrush. Okay, so let's move over this side. And we're going to do her face because while we're wrapping the mesh on the wreath, her face can dry. You can make up. I'm not a makeup artist, but I just follow the outlines on the photograph that I printed out and glued to the canvas. And I sort of do the makeup the way I would do it on my own face. After you apply the mesh, you may need to do some touch-ups. One thing that I do, I usually do my makeup last, but for this video and for some of the subscribers, they want to see the process, so I'm going to do the makeup first and let her dry while I am getting the hair prepared. And this does dry up fast, so you got to work fast, guys. For anyone that has not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I plan on bringing these. I do these a lot, so I plan on sharing my method and what they're going to turn out looking like with you guys on my YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe. I do have a Facebook group. The Facebook group is called Diva Wreath Decor, Dollar Tree, and More. Diva Wreath Decor, DECOR, Dollar Tree, and More. And a lot of people post the divas there. They post the divas there. But I'd like to see some things that you guys are doing with the Dollar Tree supplies. There are a lot more crafts that you can do. These are fun to do, but I found myself going back to making my standard mesh wreaths because a lot of customers are wanting the wreaths for their doors or wherever they want them. Some people don't want the faces. Okay, can you see what I'm doing here? I'm just outlining what's already on the photograph. I use high gloss paper, and with the high gloss paper, when I use the markers to do the lipstick, it takes the paper off of the picture, so that's why I use glitter. And for those of you that haven't watched my other video, the way that I reinforce the glitter, because we know glitter gets everywhere, I go over it again once it dries with Mod Podge, and that seals it. And sometimes I don't paint her lips at all. Depends on what color mesh I'm working with. Sometimes she needs it, sometimes she doesn't. We also have a crochet group. The crochet group is called Crochet Patterns and Freestyle Creations. Some interesting crochet pieces. Talented ladies. I crochet, but I have not made half of the things that these ladies are coming out with in that group. It's 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 a fun group. A lot of people believe we have a lot of spectators, but we need the guys that are part of that group, we need them to participate and post, even if you have just a work in progress. Same with the Diva Wreath Decor, Dollar Tree, and more. Even if you have a work in progress, post it. If you find supplies at a reasonable price, or if there's a sale or something, post it on the Facebook page. We're in this together. And there are also other Facebook groups that do this Diva. Well, I think so many people. I was in the store the other day, and the lady asked me why did I have so much mesh, and I told her that I make wreaths, and then she started talking about the wreaths with the faces, and I said I know, and she said I watched one the other day, and guess what? Found out it was my video that she watched. So I asked her to subscribe. She said she did subscribe, and she said she kept watching them over and over because I don't know why, but the video was an hour or something long, and when I viewed it, when I went to upload it, it was in 3 parts, but I still loaded it. So, you know, Miss Midnight, the turquoise lady, you guys, if you haven't seen that one, watch that one. It shows me wrapping the mesh in a bubble method. I'm not going to be doing a bubble method today. I'm going to use 10-inch cuts, so we'll get there. She looks pretty. The purple is really pretty. And then you just shake off the excess. That's what we're going to do, shake off the excess. Some glitter I don't mind wasting, but like this purple is hard to find. This is a deep, vibrant. It's very, very dark purple. And I don't want to waste her. So this is what she's looking like with her makeup. Alright, so I'm going to put her down so she can dry. And we're going to save our Marge cards for the next makeup session. Put our little brush inside of plastic until we can wash her off. And now let's get started on the mesh. So we're going to be using a 14-inch reframe and 10-inch deco mesh. And I'm making 10-inch cuts. And I'm going to make 12 to begin with. Let's say 10-inch cuts. No, we're not going to do 10-inch cuts. I'm going to be doing 20-inch cuts. I'm doing 20-inch cuts because I only want to use 2 pipe cleaners in each space, and there are six spaces. So I want to add 2 pieces into each. That's going to be 12, and if we use 20, it's going to make it full. It's going to help to fill in the center of the wreath. So let's do our 12 cuts at 20 inches. also use to cut this mesh, to do the mesh, I have a wood burning tool I showed you guys on the last video, and it has different attachments to it. You can do that, but this mesh is pretty good, and it doesn't have a lot of fray, so I don't have to use it with that. I have used Dollar Tree mesh before, and that is what I use that cutting tool for. That phrased bad to no end. Once you start working on these, you're gonna find different types of mesh. You're gonna find one that's very easy to work with. This mesh right here, it feels it's real soft. You can't tell through the television, but you see there's like no fray. There's like no fray. So we got 6 cuts, 6 more to go. This is another impromptu too, guys. I had to like think about what I was going to show you before I got started. I worked a lot of wreaths last night, but they weren't for the Diva canvas. Those were just mesh wreaths that people want on for their door, front door, with a sign. And if you want to see some of those, just let me know in the comments. Again, please like, share, and subscribe this video. Subscribe to my channel, Cynthia's Creations. So I can bring you more videos. I want to thank Miss Classy Kim because she put me on her Facebook page, Classy Kim's Crochet Group. If you don't know how to wrap the mesh, here we go, guys. In the beginning, I fold it over to make sure there's no fray. And then we're going to pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch all the way down the center. When you finish, it's going to look like a bow. Or a fan, whichever one you prefer to call it. And when you get to the end, kind of fold it in twice. See, it's still no fray. This is good mesh. And then pinch. Put it in between your pipe cleaner. I use the center brackets. There are 4 bars. I use the center brackets so it won't slide around. And then once I get done, if I need to add mesh, I still have this bottom bracket or the top bracket. And I'm not cutting anything because I may do a double layer. So that's why I'm leaving the pipe cleaners up as well. Okay, so we're going to pinch. Pinch. I like this mesh also because it's not hard and sticky. Some of it's hard to move, but this one's pretty good. So if you were to have your wreath form already ready, you would have 12 twist ties, 2 in each section. as I was saying before, Miss Classy Kim, she has a Facebook group. She also has a a YouTube channel, Classy Kim's Crochet. And she has Classy Kim's Crochet group on Facebook. And she asked me to link my Instagram, my Facebook, and my YouTube to her channel. And thanks to her, last week, I did get up to 100 subscribers. So thank you guys for subscribing. I really appreciate it. So I know, and you know, that Miss Kim's a sweetheart. And I appreciate her. I really do. I go to her channel sometimes just to look at the Diva frame that I did for her on her wall. She wanted jewel tones, and it took me weeks to figure out jewel tones. I mean, I was Googling it because the way I feel about her, I just wanted it to be as perfect as it could be, and she really liked it. She also purchased one of the lamps. So she gave me a challenge, and I let her know that I'm still working on that challenge she gave me, but I am going to bring that vision to life for her as well. And I will be doing a video tutorial once I get started on her project. So if you want to find out what it is, stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss that one. That little clip I purchased from the Dollar Tree too, that's like something that you're going to find it's going to come in handy when you wrap in your mesh. It'll hold it in place for you. I will be doing another bubble method wreath sometime this week for you guys. And I will also be doing putting a Diva on just the silhouette so that you can hang her on the door. Won't have a frame attached. It'll just be the silhouette cut out, and you're going to attach it to your round wreath or square wreath or rectangle wreath, whatever shape you prefer. And I'm going to be doing that one as well. But like I said, I'm just going to, whatever I do, I'm going to bring you guys right here with me to complete them. So we only have 3 more sections to go and we'll be done. Scrunch. Now, I'm scrunching this mesh on this mat, but if I were using a table, it would go a lot faster because the table is a lot smoother. Sometimes it's hard to keep the scrunch down the center, but you keep practicing and you'll get it. I think I will be adding another layer. It's not as, it is full, but it's not as full. I like big hair on my canvases. Does everybody remember the Happy Birthday Diva? She's on my Facebook page on Diva Wreath Decor, Dollar Tree and more. She's on there also with a lamp. And there was a birthday party I attended on Friday. And I gave it as a gift. And I saw them today, and they said they had a space for it. They loved it, and I'm very, very excited about that. That's one of the reasons why you guys see a lot of divas, but I like to put black hair in mine to make it look like a portrait, because people actually, they really do hang these in places in their homes. And I'm sure you don't want like all these psychedelic colors just hanging just to be hanging. So I know there's like a color scheme you'd like to keep the canvas coordinated with. One more, guys, and we're done with her. Have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you want me to go over another step or something, leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. So this is what she's looking like. And it's not as full as I want her to be, so I'm going to add more mesh. Okay, more mesh. It will work because I'm going to add flowers. But if you've seen my other divas, they're pretty full. That's because I use the 6-inch mesh and I use the bubble method. The bubble method does make it fuller, make it appear fuller. So I'm going to go through and add more. I'm going to cut these at 10 inches. I'm going to cut the next ones at 10 inches. One, two, three, I think that's 11 pieces. I don't think that was 12. But we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. And we don't have to do any more twist ties. We're just going to add them to the ties that are already here. Guys, remember, this was not a planned video, so this is my first time doing this. First time you seeing it, and the first time I'm creating this Diva. So I'm saying that to say I wasn't sure what would happen. The last video, I ran out of mesh. Today, we're not running out of mesh. Just put them right inside these twist ties. Put those pieces right inside the twist ties. Okay, what's going on here? Told you guys, don't know what's gonna happen. Okay. I got a piece of mesh at the foot of the table, guys. So excuse me, in a minute I'm going to have to get that because I am going to need it. No mesh left behind. Alright, so now we're going to go through and cut the excess pipe cleaners. We don't need these anymore. But I'm gonna tell you, if you want to keep adding layers, want to keep adding mesh, this is the way to do it. You, instead of wrapping twist tie under your wreath, you wrap it on top of the wreath, and that will allow you to continue to add mesh if you need it, or if you like it. And honestly, I will probably add, alright, let's fluff her out, guys. Let's fluff her. I will probably add more mesh sooner rather than later. So it's really up to you how much you want to use, how full you want her hair. If you guys have seen my divas, my ladies, you know that I like to use a lot of mesh. I do not hold back on the mesh. I'd rather have the mesh than flowers because that's what we're creating with, and it's very pretty. Different ways to manipulate it. So now, here she is. Here she is, and she's got a space in there that we're going to fill in with flowers. Now I'm going to show you how to attach her. See my little pink for the push the hole. Have this little tool that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and you only need this. See, it looks like a size of a pen needle, a pen. So you're gonna first of all, you're gonna with her face. You want to decide where you want to place her hair. Do you want to cover her eye? Do you want all of her face to be shown? And I want most of her face to be shown. So most of her hair is going to be up in the air, okay? So you place her where you want her. Make sure she's on the canvas. Okay. And I'm going to tilt this a little so you can see she's on the canvas. So you're gonna take your little tool and you're gonna poke a hole. Just a pinhole. Just enough so the pipe cleaner can go through. Okay. Then you're going to take your pipe cleaner, put it through one hole, next hole, lift her up, and pull the pipe cleaners through and keeping it in place. And then you twist it. You can feel from behind. Twist it. Twist your twist tie. You'll cut those off later. Okay, I usually go from one side to the other side because once it's in place, it won't move from off her face. Okay? And you're going to find your space. On this side. And you're going to poke your 2 holes. I'm going closer to the top. In case you want to do something else. Have a lot of her face showing. You want to be as close to where the mesh is, where the hair is, rather than close to her face. Okay. And you're going to lift the canvas, keep it in place, pull it through, pull twist ties through, and then twist from underneath, just twist. You don't need a hook for this either. The customers I've sold these to, the wreath is their hook. Okay, so she's on and she's secure. She's on and she's secure. So I'm gonna finish wrapping her. To make sure she doesn't go anywhere. There's a piece of wood that the canvas is attached to. Try not to get too close to that because your twist tie won't go through. It's going to give you some trouble. It's going to give you some trouble. If you want to trim your frames out, you can. I don't put bling on, trim on all of mine because it takes away from what it is to me. It's a canvas. Sometimes you can't feel from behind. Sometimes you're going to have to look. That time I had to look because it was close to that wood. And that little Dollar Tree gadget, guys, it will bend off. That's another reason why when I go into the Dollar Tree, I just pick those up. They come in a 2-pack. So be easy with it. And her makeup is not completely dry, but it is dry enough for me to brush off the excess glitter and start putting her clothes or flowers on the bottom. So I'm going to brush off the excess glitter. I will be reapplying, but I'll be doing that off camera, you guys. So sometimes you may have to reapply. But someone wanted to see that step. Because usually again, I do my makeup last. Because if I have to keep reapplying, I'll keep reapplying. See what I mean by she's going to need some more mesh to fill her in. Or flowers or whatever you want to add to her. Okay, here she is. Now let's work on her bottom. Okay, we're gonna add to her. I'm gonna add purple flowers. So this is one bush, and again, this is impromptu. So I'm hoping that this one bush will work. If not, I have more purple flowers. We're gonna cut this stem off because we want it to lay flat. We're gonna hot glue it. Cut that stem off because you don't want her flowers falling off if you're going to give this to someone to hang on their wall. Well, I cut that whole stem off. Okay. Be generous with it. Be generous with it, guys. You don't want these popping off. I usually have 2 hot glue guns going because you still, even though it's hot glue, you still have to let it melt and get hot. Let it get hot enough so that everything will adhere immediately, instantly.
You had him.
You want to know how to shut your kids up? Make a YouTube video. They'll come through and they'll see you and they'll shut right up. That's the way to get them quiet. I'm loving this purple. I thought I was going to put something else with it, but I am loving this purple. But I'm not liking that purple with these flowers, so I will be adding more to her lips and eyes, just to blend it a little more. You know what, guys? She's gonna get earrings too. She is gonna get earrings. I'm trying a new way to record. My last recordings were done on my phone. So I'm trying a new way to record to see if this would make a better tutorial for you all. So this is bush number 2. This is bush number 2. We're working on for her flower, for her clothing. We're gonna add the earrings. Oops. We're gonna add her earrings. And I think I'm gonna do a necklace. On that video, I turned the AC off. It's a little warm in here. Okay, so I like the way she's looking so far. Hope you guys like this video. And I already had her earrings cut out just in case I was going to use them. So we're going to hot glue this bling on the bag. Try not to get in the spaces. Try to just put the glue right on the little dots so you won't have all that excess glue, because it is a white canvas, so you don't. And you use your little gadget from the Dollar Tree. Push the glue down. And it's okay if they dangle, because, see there? Because they are glued down. I did 4 rows of the glue. And I'm going to put one on the other side to dangle. Okay, that's done. Make sure I put it in the right spot. Yep. Do not try to wipe this glue when you first lay it down. Any excess, wait until it completely dries because it will tear up your canvas. Okay. It will tear it up. You're not going to like that after you do all your work. You're not going to like that. See, that's dry and it pick right off. We're going to pop a few in the top. Oh, her necklace, her necklace, her necklace. No, I am going to glue her whole necklace down. A little bit at a time. Oh, 4 roses is usually a manageable amount to glue at one time. Okay. Without making a big hot glue mess. I use Gorilla glue, Gorilla hot glue, and it dries so fast. It dries up really fast. That's another reason why I do a few rows at a time. So it dries up really fast. That's why I said about letting it sit in the hot glue gun for a while before you start applying, because it'll melt, but it's not really heated all the way through. But I tell you, hot glue sure works when you're in a hurry. Okay guys, we're going to put the rest of the flowers